Hey, 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 it's Two Brothers Podcast. It's Wednesday, June 18th. Max and I here talking a little US Open recap. We've accumulated a few guys over the time that we've been doing this podcast, specifically in the golf world, among other sports. But we have accumulated some guys on our roster, and one of us has won the US Open, first major I'd say out of our group, yeah, I would say this is our first guy to get a major. So that guy is JJ Spawn, and that is Max's guy. So we're gonna kick it to him here in a second to congratulate his boy. A crazy ending to the U.S. Open, crazy weekend. Oakmont ripped everyone's fucking throats out. So excited to talk about that. We've got the NHL Stanley Cup. We are tonight, tomorrow for those listening. So you guys will get a little predict the future from us. Oilers, Panthers, but the Panthers are up 3-2, and we are in Edmonton for game six.
Uh,
No, we're in Florida for game six.
yeah, sorry.
Okay, so Florida game six. Okay, so Florida looks to clinch it. We'll see if we can predict the future. And then NBA Finals, the Thunder have gone up 3-2 as of last night, Monday night's games. So we'll talk a little bit about game six on Thursday, maybe a couple picks we like there. Travelers Championship, some UFC picks from Max. And other than that, man, how we doing? How's the weekend?
Uh, I mean, I was about to say great. Friday was pretty good. Caught some fish and whatnot, but Saturday after we golfed, I didn't feel so great. I don't know what the fuck happened. Just a good old stomach bug, but bounced back. I'm here. I'm just nursing a natty light. I'm keeping it calm tonight. Keeping the stomach cool. But yeah, other than that, my bets hit. I did great for there. Um, Great games. I mean, we've missed a bunch of games, like you said. We'll get into that recap soon. And shout out JJ Spawn. I mean, that's my man. You're right. I mean, the one weekend I don't mention him. I mean, you can go back and look at our Instagram and all the post-its that we post. I mean, I don't know how many times you can see that man's name up there. So shout out to him. Insane 64 foot putt to win it. It was insane. I think that rain delay helped him. I think that rain delay might have calmed him down because he was having it rough, man. He was having it rough and somehow climbed back. So shout
Would
out.
you say would you say it's similar to maybe a logo that one of us might be wearing at the current moment back in 2016? Maybe there was a rain delay in 2016, probably roughly around October. Maybe. Did he have Jason Hayward there? We don't know. But hey,
We have no idea.
yeah, 2016 Cubs rain delay up there with JJ Spawn now. Now it used to be them alone. Now it's JJ Spawn's place because of how fucking tough that course was, man. Like you
Oh my
watch
God.
Cam Burns on 15 and like not to say that that was what caused him to lose. I mean, he did not play well on Sunday and that was just kind of like the epitome of how his round went. Um, and dude, I mean,
That whole fucking puddle debacle.
yeah, yeah, his feet were in the
And
water.
plus we were
Ball was
getting
under. Ball wasn't underwater though, but his feet were. So, as if that makes any fucking sense.
well,
He's on a
apparently
hill, so if the hill's slanted, the water, yeah, it's like,
the water has to be there like before you like step on it or whatever. It's
yeah,
like weird. I don't know.
it's ridiculous.
A lot of
Uh,
drama. I mean, drama. Wyndham Clark.
yeah,
Um,
Wyndham Clark, Tyrrell Hatton did, he didn't surprise anyone with his little, I won't even say flag twirl, towel twirl, little, little pout thing. He looked like he was in a.
Greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, he looked like he was on Broadway with that drama over there. Like his dude was crazy. I was like, all right, like you're taking that towel like you're mad at your caddy as if you didn't hit that shot. But to be fair, I cannot imagine how bad those like roughs, like the thick rough was when it was wet. Like there's no
Yeah.
shot you're getting those balls
I was
out.
just matted down and
Yeah.
then hitting through fucking concrete.
It's like you remember when we grew up playing like football in the yard as kids and it's like pouring down rain and like someone like, slides. Like, imagine trying to hit a ball that is under that slide. Like,
Yeah,
that's how, like, it's like, what do you, like, you're not,
yeah,
you hit as hard as you can. You might get through the grass. Like,
right.
it was excruciating to watch. I mean, excruciating to a certain extent. Maybe some of us golf sickos had some pleasure in that, because it was just absolutely terrible. They were hacking it up. Not necessarily because it's bad golf and I'm a sicko, but also it's like, oh, I'm not the only one who's chunking fucking shots. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
so felt very relatable.
Excuse
Uh,
me.
yeah, his putt was insane. Burns, I mean, you look at Burns, Scott, Hovland, all fell off. Looking at that scoreboard, it was real. I mean, I think Burns shot eight of them over. I think um Adam Scott, who I feel like Adam Scott was one of the guys where you're like, okay, if it's going to be an absolute shit show, like Adam Scott won't go more than like five over. And
Right.
at that point, he would have been right there, and until Spawn made that putt, like everyone was kind of still in it at 1-2 over until he made that ridiculous shot on 17 with his driver, and then the putt on 18. So that was kind of like one of those like, holy fucking shits. Um, and I mean, that's kind of when I was like, all right, JJ Spawn's got it. Like after that driver shot on 17, I was like, okay, like he's gonna two putt for birdie at least. And then
Yeah.
he's like, had a good chance there. I'm trying to see who else kind of fell off at the end. Yeah, Burns with a 78. Um, and then Adam Scott with a 79, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, did not expect that. Just I will say though that like the guys who like when McIntyre finished up, I was like, this fucker at +1 he might win this whole thing just because he doesn't have to play the last four holes in the shit that Burns and Spawn and Hovland and Scott had to play. It's like, well, yeah, he's done. Now he doesn't have to deal with any more bullshit. Like you got Burns trying to hit out of a puddle, and you got McIntyre with his +1 just like getting away with murder at that point. Um,
Hmm.
Honestly, kind of would have made me mad. Like I would have been kind of annoyed if I like McIntyre. I played him plenty of times. I might even play him this weekend. But like, it's more of like he's like there's like five more groups in, the weather sucks, and so he just gets the benefit of that. Whereas like you want to see that kind of struggle too, along with the other guys. But other people, maybe some guys that you were watching aside from JJ, picks wise, I got the Ben Griffin T20 good. Even the T10 with ties good. I was two off on Mr. Aaron Rye with a +9. He was almost got me in that +20 range, but or no, +30, sorry. So almost got me in the T30 range, but just outside. I just needed one more birdie, and then Wyndham Clark. To your point, I was gonna try and save it, but you had mentioned it. Blew up. And it was funny because I remember on the podcast we talked about Wyndham Clark being -110 to make the cut. That's all he had to do. And I got him +110 at T40. Thought that was, if he's -110 to make the cut, there's a good chance he can go T40. To be honest with you, not that many guys made the cut. So, I mean, he would have had to shoot +11 to make a T40, and he couldn't do that. But you know what he did do? He took a couple lockers with him. And I'm not going to sit here and fault a guy for having some issues. I'm a little concerned though because I just finished up Full Swing season 3 on Netflix, and Wyndham Clark has a nice character arc talking about his mental health, and his therapist and things like that, as he embarked on was the 2023 U.S. Open
Hmm.
in the SEC. So couple of years, maybe we got to go back to the therapist. As someone who goes to the therapist every week, you got to stay on top of that
Not
shit.
laughing at that. I'm just
Yeah,
laughing
I do. I do. I go every week. And so,
at
oh no, I'm just saying like maybe he's got to get back on the horse. The
I
therapist.
agree. It's funny. He talked about it, but then just blew up. Yeah.
Did he? Okay, yeah, I was gonna say then, yeah. Maybe he needs to find a new therapist. I don't know. She seemed like a pretty badass sports.
You were just saying he talked about it on fucking the shooting whatever the show is. Didn't you just say he talked about it?
Oh, full swing? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but then he goes and blows up.
Yep. Yeah. So that's a couple, it's about a year and a half removed, maybe a year removed by,
Yeah, I guess they did. Yeah,
but still, we got to stay on top of that stuff. Therapy is important. Mental health's very important. So, and especially in golf, dude, holy shit. I mean, when we played at Gaston on Saturday, we watched that on our own. Like,
all
just,
three of us.
I mean, we had some great holes, don't get me wrong, but like, easily took ourselves out of some holes when we didn't really need to. All we had to do was just take a stroke and just drop. And like, I played terrible. I tried to hit, it's just,
Yeah,
that's golf. And so I can understand what Wyndham Clark wanted
right.
to do, but we gotta be better. Hopefully, I will say hopefully he's not like, completely banned from certain tournaments and things like that. I would hate to see that. You can't act like that. But to be honest, if you got a club and you're swinging away and probably could have done a lot more damage, maybe hit someone, I don't know. I doubt it, but
Yeah,
um you hope that he's not like gonna miss out on. And I mean, yeah, like you can't do that, but you don't want to see a guy um, miss out on other tournaments because of how Oakmont was. It's kind of like everybody. Like that's also part of it too. Is like
Rory
everyone,
was frustrated.
huh?
Rory was frustrated. You could see he chucked his club, but it was like at his bag and it bounced back to him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Feel
Scotty
like
took a hack out of the fairway at some point. Like all these guys did, so rightfully so. But hopefully Clark kind of bounces back. Um, I'm looking through the rest of the scoreboard. Anyone else? I mean, Scotty +4. He was probably one of the most consistent guys across the board. He just couldn't I mean, aside from like Spawn and McIntyre, but I mean, he didn't shoot any higher than, I mean, he shot a 74 on round two, which was kind of tough, but was able to kind of stay low aside from that.
who, Scotty?
Oh, sorry, 73 in round one. I was looking at Ben Griffin.
Gotcha.
Um, But yeah, yep. So he did good. You hit your Xander 220.
My only one, yeah.
But hey,
He what we it was Sunday morning and he was what like T38. We were like, hey, maybe. And
you
yeah,
never know.
sure did. What did he shoot on 69
Yeah.
on Sunday?
I mean, that's when
Yeah.
it paid to play earlier on Sunday, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, ton of 70s, but most of the 60s were kind of these earlier guys that teed off earlier and were able to
Yeah.
make,
Rory with the 67.
which is crazy because that was like not even close to a highlight of what he was doing. I mean, more people are talking about like Rames with his 67. Rory's just quietly like, hey,
Yeah.
don't about me.
He was so close to fucking that T10.
I know. I know.
Better any other just better day. 74, 72, 74. Just 170 and he's up there.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was like Friday. I ended up playing a T20. It was like plus 210, but it was like Ludwig and Rory to beat T20 because I was like, it's such a shit show. Like one of them could just have a huge day and sneak in and would have been okay, but Ludwig did not sneak in. He didn't even make the goddamn cut. So is what it is there. I mean, the course one, right? The course one of all people. It's like the most
Wait,
big, huh?
wasn't uh wasn't Bib wearing a Ludwig shirt on Saturday?
Oh, that would have been bad. Yeah.
In that picture, I think.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, I probably, yeah, that's a tough one because you already planned that one out.
Right.
Plan that out. You think he's gonna make the cut, and then you don't have anything else to wear at that point.
Yeah.
Damn.
Funny, I
That,
didn't think about that.
well, I guess it's good that him and Sean didn't match because then that could have been awkward.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
You guys watch any golf? Like neither. He's not in. He's not in. I mean, it's a great shirt, but read the room, guys. Your boy 4 over on round two. No, 5 over, 6 over on round two. It was just terrible.
7-8. Yeah. No, sorry. Um, yeah. So I got close there, and then Batia, yeah, didn't do me justice. I don't even know where he is. Ouch! I didn't even see him on the stream. Sorry, I just popped my toe. There he is. 76-74. Missed the cut.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Oh,
He didn't like terrible. He was almost there.
yeah, I got to give a hand up for another one here. I think somewhere I'm trying to find. Yeah, Takumi Kanaya. He he didn't
Oh yeah,
do
how'd that go?
yeah 10 over through 2 rounds.
Return leader.
He was not the best Japanese golfer. There was only one that made the cut, and that was Matsuyama, and he was 7 over after 2 rounds. So I mean, I wasn't really asking for a lot,
Yeah.
but you know how the cookie crumbles. Um, yeah, that's about it. I mean, Carlos Ortiz, Tyrrell Hatton, John Rahm, um, Kepka, good number of live guys, but couldn't get it done. Shout out JJ Spawn. I like what Victor Hovland did, aside from on Sunday, but you know, is what it is. Anything else on the U.S. Open from you?
No, sir.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll talk about travelers picks here in a little bit. Let's move over to the NHL Stanley Cup, where last time we talked, it was what was it, Max? Was it 2-1? Yeah,
1-1.
it was 1-1. So we've had a lot of games since because we did a Monday podcast last week. They played Monday, and then now they're also playing again tonight, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we're at a bit of
And
spiel, but let's see. I'll just do a quick run through and then get your thoughts here. Yeah, Monday it looked like Florida won 6-1 convincingly. Thursday, Oilers came back and won, knotted it up with a crazy overtime comeback. They were down 3-0 at the end of the first period, came back, scored three in the second, and then knotted it up with overtime and won. And then Saturday, Panthers, man, like it's been high scoring, barely clipping that 6.5 over a few times, but Panthers are overall they're walking bucket right now, to be honest with you, when it comes to their offense. They're just on fire. I don't know what the deal is with the Oilers keeper, goaltender, but what's your thoughts on the last couple games and what do you expect in tonight's matchup? Not, I mean, you don't have to go crazy with picks, but do a little predict your own future for us, and obviously sporting a Oilers jersey. So everyone take that with a grain of salt.
yeah. Yeah, so Monday, I hope no one remembers what I said Monday night. Uh, Panthers dominated, like you said. I definitely didn't say the Oilers. Thursday was great. I got nice and drunk and live bet the Oilers when they were down and won that. So that was really
Ooh.
cool. Excuse me, big burp. And then Saturday, I unfortunately didn't get to watch. I was asleep at like 6. Um,
Yep.
and but seems like Panthers controlled it pretty much, and Brad Marchand did what he does, and he looked really good. And he's a little rat. Chuck's a little rat, and they're all little rats. But here we are Tuesday. Um, I mean, I said it coming in. I think we did forget to post it, but I had this going game 7. I do have the Oilers winning the series. I just bet it again. I just bet them plus 310 to win the series while they're down 3-2. I have a bunch of other bets. I have them winning tonight. I have a little same game parlay that without any wins or anything, just players. So hopefully that will save me if anything. But I think they can do it. I mean, they did it. They were down fucking um, they were on 3-0 and almost won last year. So 3-2 is nothing to them. They're in Florida. Oh well. But they have a chance to win it game 7 at home. I know McDavid, I was watching ESPN earlier. McDavid said that he got a question pretty much similar to that, like what would it be like hosting the trophy? He's like, I'm not trying to think about that because then that will affect the way we play. He's like, for some reason our team likes to make it tough, but we know we got that second level. So love that energy. I mean, he's a monotone dude. I don't even know um, who to compare him to. Just like captain wise, throughout sports. I'm like a Jokic almost, he's just like he's not like foreign. He is foreign. He's Canadian, but he's foreign to us. But you know what I mean. He can actually speak English versus Jokic can't as much. So that he's more just whatever. But he's just monotone, cool, calm, collected, and the best player on ice. So love it. I love their chances.
Scotty like.
So yeah, yeah. Honestly, like best in the game. Yeah, yeah. Compare it like that way. I like that. But plus 142 is what I got it at. I think it's been dropping ever since. Um,
Yeah.
so maybe not so much. I'm seeing on ESPN it's plus 140, but like him a lot tonight. Like him a lot come potentially Friday. Um, so give me that all day. Give me that game 7 at least. I just have that to go with no winner included. So just give me the game 7. We'll be all right.
Hey, we'll take that, man. That I like it. I like it. I actually have a feeling on this. I feel like it might be under 6.5.
Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, I like it over, but I just for some reason I feel like this might be like a 3-2, like just a little bit more clamped. Maybe Panthers play a little more reserved. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm not gonna do is bet the fucking under.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. If shit that I've
yeah,
been talking about.
I know. I'm just telling you I have a feeling. I'm just telling you I have a feeling. I don't have a lot of feelings on the ice.
Yeah,
Usually,
you know what? I had a feeling. I had a feeling game 1 because it was going to be first time, reserved. Everyone's going to be playing safe. Fuck if I'd be damned.
yeah, you're right. You did say that. Yeah,
It was like 3-1 in the first. And I was like, yeah, this is over. Because we
yeah,
were
no, I
late,
do.
right? Wasn't that Memorial Day or whatever? We were at the lake or some shit.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember actually talking about that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's. I mean, granted, it was 3-3 overtime. So I mean, I was off half a point, but
yeah, like even though it was 3-1, you were
yeah,
sweating.
yeah. Oh yeah, rough, 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 rough.
Well, I guess if you needed the Oilers in a separate bet, you're probably like, fuck, but I get that.
True, but
Uh,
I like the over. This is. I mean, if I get it. Like, that's what Larson said to me too, and I was like, dude, this. It's either gonna be a blowout, like 5-2, 6-1, and we still win, or it's gonna be 3-3 and we go into overtime and we still win. So,
yeah.
or 4-4 and we win early and we go to bed early. Sight.
Also,
Right.
yeah, it's Tuesday night, dude. It's two keg Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude. What do you mean?
It's gonna be. Yeah, I gotta watch this game. I'm good money on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, we've instituted a rule, I think, not necessarily on the podcast, but kind of on the podcast, maybe side note. I'm done betting games I can't watch. If I
Yeah,
can't stay up for it, I can't watch it. If I don't have MLB Network, I shouldn't be betting on it unless it's on cable. But baseball's a little different though.
because you can do 1 o'clock and then you're like, oh, I'm at work, and it's just exciting. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, Nerfies while I'm sitting at my desk. Fucking electric. I'm just watching the ESPN
Yes.
refresh, refresh.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a hit. Okay, well, it's just runs. It's okay.
Fucking ball.
Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. But right there. Anything else NHL wise?
No, just thumbs up, thumbs up.
What's up? What's up?
Fuck, I don't like back to
Yeah, I don't
backs,
know. Oh,
especially
what's going
when
on here?
most
Uh,
recent back to backs are fucking both Florida teams. That just it ain't right. We can't have that.
yeah, yeah, we need to bring hockey back. I mean, I don't want to bring it back to Canada, but
It has to
I
be.
think,
It's been so
yeah,
long. It needs to
it's
be.
been
The
so
world's so
long.
fucked up right now. We need this to restore the world.
Yes, and it's the same. Like we need England to win the World Cup
Yeah,
because America fucking sucks, and I'm tired of it of hearing about how it's coming home. And I'm not tired, but I am tired of watching them lose in PKs in like the semifinals every fucking year. But
yeah,
it does get to the point where it's kind of hilarious. Where like they should win this game, they deserve this game, but yet they're still going to lose in PKs to fucking Netherlands
yep,
because Saka hits the post or skies it. And you
yep.
watch Saka have like 20 goals in the EPL. Like you're just like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Harry Kane, all time like leading scorer in EPL, and he can't score a goddamn goal for England.
PK King.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah. Then he missed whatever. We don't need, we're going off track.
Yeah, but yeah, all of them. But yeah, so I wouldn't hate seeing it with the Oilers. I also, it's like the McDavid thing. It's like it's
Yeah.
kind of not necessarily as same level as LeBron, like when he got his first one, but
It's
like
not as long as its career, but hockey's not as long as a career as basketball.
right, yeah, like in terms of how much left.
Great. Yeah.
I mean, also LeBron's had
I
20.
guess Sid and Sid and Ovi and even Gretzky had a long career, Yager, but still,
Yeah.
it's not as likely because injuries way more.
Yep.
You
Exactly.
get, everyone gets what I'm
And
saying.
it's just tough. Yeah, it's just tougher to win. Feel like you get these teams like the Pens when they're really good with even like with Sid and like Malkin and those guys, like Lightning. Like you just get these teams that are good for like 5 years. And now
Yeah,
we're seeing both of them play each other, which is nice. At least we're getting this final. Like it's a great
yeah, it's
ending.
been fucking amazing. And if it
No,
ends tonight, it's whatever. Panthers are fucking amazing. So
for someone who's a casual hockey, I wouldn't even say casual hockey fan. I'm a casual playoff hockey fan. And regular season, I will box score watch the Blackhawks. But if they suck, then I'm even more removed. So
yeah,
I'm glad it's at least a good, entertaining finals.
yeah, I get to cry all regular season with the Blackhawks, and then I get to bet some money in the playoffs. So it's fun
Yeah.
for me.
Well, yeah, and then you don't have the emotional roller coaster piece aside from the gambling itself, but
Yeah,
exclude that. Yeah, just financial dread.
yeah,
Um,
pretty much. Just dead, generational dead.
Yeah, generational. Yeah, generational wealth, generational fucking debt, dude. Fuck that. I don't know what anyone's talking about when they talk about generational wealth. What are we talking about? And even if I did win a bet that was generational wealth, I'm probably putting it all on red anyway. So
Well, I can just. This is a lot. I'll just put half of it on the.
yeah, and then I'll lose that half, and I'll be like, well, like maybe I can get that half back, and then put half of the other half, and then all of a sudden I'll keep doing half, and then I'm down to $10 bets.
Yeah. Like, well, I started with 10, so I didn't really lose anything.
Exactly. So technically, I'm even. Technically, I only lost $10. So
Yeah.
it's like if you win the lottery and you spend it all. Like I don't know. I mean, I had $50 million, but
Yeah.
no longer. But that's okay. That's why we pod. That's why we work. Aside from podcasting, this is not all we do. This is yeah, yeah. We have full-time fucking jobs, so
Mm.
we enjoy it. Yeah, so we'll make some general wealth on the same game parlay you sent me. What read it out for the people just in
You
case it
better
does.
hurry up and bet it. You got 10 minutes
Yeah.
if you didn't do it.
Oh no, I already bet it, but I'm just saying. So if it hits, you can tell everyone what it was, and then they'll be like, "Oh shit, that actually hit."
What was it? It was Marchand, 3 shots on goal, uh, McDavid point, 1 point, and then McDavid 4 shots on goal.
Yep. Boom.
So that
Nice.
was the one I said no like winner or no goal. Like really, I guess I just need one goal scored for that bet.
Yep. And it could be an assist from McDavid,
Yeah.
which very well could happen. I could see a dry
Bob
cider.
Rob, Bob could just go off.
Yep. Yep. So we'll see there. I like it. I like
Oh,
it.
oh shit! And they're starting Skinner because they didn't really. They probably announced this a while ago, but they were waiting until the day of to announce, and they're starting.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. Um,
It,
okay.
so
All right, let's move on to the hardwood. Uh, we've got the NBA Finals, Thunder up 3-2 also. So we got two 3-2 matchups. By the time you listen, one of these series could be done. The other one's on Thursday. Hopefully not. But we've got OKC looking to close out in Indianapolis on Thursday. Thunder are -6.5 on the spread, over under 222.5, and it just keeps getting right around that 225, 27 range. And I'm kind of bummed it finally ticked down to like a 222. Slowly just climbing down. I'm sure by the time tip off starts, it's gonna be like 221.5, 220.5. I wouldn't even be surprised. Just because also, like, if Indianapolis runs away with this game at any point, I could see OKC throwing in the towel, resting guys, and just saying, "Hey, let's give it a chance." Um, do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. I think the last couple games have proved Pacers belonged in the series. They belonged in the finals. I just don't know if anyone's able to beat the Thunder. Defensively, they're a mismatch everywhere. I mean, Jalen Williams putting up 40 last game is absurd. He's been stepping up big time. Shea is getting his 30, but he's getting 10 assists, 8 assists. So he's really moving the ball around. You've got guys like Aaron Wiggins and Casey Wallace like getting 3 to 4 3-pointers in a game. Oh yeah, you've got Chet, Lou Dort. Like you've got such a solid team. Caruso coming off the bench. They're just too deep, too talented, too hard to guard and match up with. And so I don't know about a -6.5 because
Those
it's
changes.
Pacers. Yeah, it's Pacers at home. Um, there's a good chance they make this game exciting. So I'm a little hesitant to play the +6.5. I do kind of like the under, just because it is probably going to be another low scoring game. However, I'm going to try and just give y'all a nice, easy parlay because I've just been butt cheeks.
Well, while you do that, unless you already have it up,
No,
if
you go.
Caitlin Clark's at this game and you got to hammer the Pacers, they're 8-0 when she's there.
Okay, that is good to know. That is actually good
She
information.
has to show up.
She's gonna probably show up, I'd imagine. And maybe if
Unless schedule conflicts and let's see where she is.
do you think she'll bring Sophie and Lexi
I don't know. Oh, she plays tonight.
at home?
They're playing right now at home.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay.
Do
Also,
they play tomorrow, or do they play Thursday? Uh, the men NBA.
and play Thursday. She
Ah,
on
she. Where the fuck is Valkyries? Dude, she's in. Damn, 10 o'clock. She's playing in San Fran.
Okay. Well, you know what? If we can't get some money on the Pacers for that, then here's what I will say. Good sidebar. Just because we're on the topic of hoops. Basketball, WNBA, two things. Angel Reese rebounds overs,
Yeah, always.
always. And Kaylin Clark every goddamn time. 20 points, three threes, and like 8 assists. I wouldn't do the 10 because I got snapped with the 10 over the weekend. She had 9. So I like the 8. She's going to get 20 points, 8 assists, and probably three threes, if not
Yeah,
more. And if you want to take off the assists and just do like 4 threes and 20 points and like even lower assists, then great. Or like Fever to be like +10 or something. Like they're
so
insane.
3 rebounds.
Yeah, yeah. I've done rebounds. I don't go too high on those rebounds for her just because depends on who they're playing.
Yeah,
But yeah, like a Caitlin Clark 20 points and like 8 assists is pretty much automatic all the time.
yeah,
So yeah, anytime you are looking around and you're like, oh, I can bet Caitlin Clark, like yeah, I would do that. I mean, they're up 8 right now. Let's just see. I know you said they're playing right now, but I mean, right now she's -150. Yeah, She's minus 115 to get 25 or more points. Um, they don't really have anything else there. But yeah, so she's a walking bucket. Back to the Pacers game. Um, Shea 30 points, Jalen Williams 20 points, and Thunder to win. Yeah, Jalen 20, Shea 30, OKC is plus 144. And honestly, if you're kind of shaky on Shea, which I don't know why you would, but if you are, you take him out. Jalen Williams 20 points. OKC money line is minus 125. So I'll
Okay.
probably do that. And then one more thing on that picks wise. I do think OKC wins. I think they wrap this whole thing up. I don't think we're talking about the NBA after this week. Um, I mean, we probably wouldn't anyways, because if it was Thursday, then it'd probably be like Sunday. So that's the whole thing. But either way, we wouldn't be potting. I think just hats off to OKC if they can close this out. I think maybe like if we're looking at, Halliburton might be his last game to step up, so I don't hate like a points total over for him. Would be
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, he's plus 100 to get 15 points.
Huh.
That that's pretty insane. So I think I'll play that too, and then call it a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Shea's been right at 34, or he's been between 30 and 34 every game. So I don't like 35 or more. Jalen Williams, I don't want to put him more than 20 points in case someone else gets going. Yeah, he just had 40, but like I don't know. The only other guy yeah, no, that's probably it. So yeah, Halliburton plus 100 for 15 or more points. And then just a little SGP of Shea 30, Jalen Williams 20 points, Thunder money line plus 144. So those are going to be my two plays. Hats off to you, Pacer fans. It's been awesome. They're fun to watch. Um, yeah, be
They
good.
do.
A lot of NBA moving parts. You know how off season goes. So can't say that Indiana will be back next year. Could be the Knicks, could be the Pacers, could be the Celtics. I don't know, man. Sixers could move some stuff around. Draft is in 2 weeks, so see what kind of madness shapes up there. Want to call out one last thing on NBA, and then we can go into Travelers picks and UFC. Um, Desmond Bain getting traded to the Magic.
So that.
Picks, a lot of picks moved around. But I do really think it was a good trade for them. Good fit. They got good young core with Bancaro and Wagner and Suggs. Really needed a shot. I mean, just shooter, but I was going to say shot maker. He's kind of the same thing, but he's not as much of a shot creator. But he'll open up the floor for the other guys around the perimeter. So I think that's important. Defensively, he's really good. So yeah, I think Bane to the Magic was a really good fit. And yeah, they suck at drafting for the most part. I mean, you get Bancaro, you couldn't miss on him. Franz
Yeah.
Wagner's a good pick. Jalen Suggs, I mean, like they're not, but before Jalen Suggs and these guys, it was
They
John.
traded Cole Anthony to Memphis for Baines.
They did trade Cole Anthony, so that was kind of a bummer. But like they drafted Jonathan Isaac before, Mo Bamba before that. So I mean, you know what? If they're gonna get like pick 20s, they're gonna be in like that 20 to 26 range because they're gonna be better, but they're not gonna be lottery pick team. And they weren't this year. And if they get Bane, they're not gonna be next year. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, like 320 to 24s and maybe like a 16 in like
Mhm.
a few years if they don't pan out. And Cole Anthony, like for a guy like Desmond Bain, why not? And then maybe you can recruit a free agent to come to Orlando who may take a little bit of money cut to be able to get with that core. So you never know. Maybe
Yeah.
like a Jimmy Butler. I don't know. Like a Jimmy Butler, not saying Jimmy Butler, but you never know. Clay Thompson, like if Dallas wants to blow shit up, like a Clay Thompson,
Oh, as
Desmond
long as Clay
Bane,
had.
Jalen Suggs, Bancaro, and Franz Wagner, that would be sick. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going off on NBA, but that's about all I have. I do like the draft pick or the trade and for the draft picks. So
Yeah.
we'll see what the Magic can do there. Oh, all right. Let's see. Now for like actual picks, and not just recapping, Max. Let's do Travelers Championship.
Yeah.
Got most of the crew back. It looks like everyone's back from the US Open weekend. A lot of guys going to be looking to bounce back. A lot of people looking to correct some things. Could be a scary weekend for Scotty Scheffler. He could just motherfuck everyone this weekend at plus 280. But Max, tell me what you like from this weekend, and we'll just kind of ping pong our picks around so we don't have any more.
Word. I'll start off strong. Guy who was up there all last week and slowly shot down, as we've mentioned. Victor Hovland, top 20. Just top 20 is plus 115. I like that a lot. Hopefully he still has a pretty good mindset. He shot well overall and just a rough Sunday. So hopefully he's still got a good strong attitude, confidence. But I mean top 20. It's not too bad.
Oh, what were those odds again?
Plus 115.
Okay. Okay. Yep. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give one to the honorable mention because I've continued to talk about him, but I'm gonna save this one for another guy who I did talk about last week. Was one or two strokes off from first round leader this past weekend, which would have been really, really nice for me, but he ended up just sneaking out of the top 10, and just a couple bad holes. He also had a very, very, very bad Sunday after being in the lead. If I know my Sams, I know they bounce back. And Mr. Sam Burns is going to be T20 plus
Fuck
105, including the ties. That,
bastard.
yeah, I mean Burns.
I almost went him first, but I honestly didn't think you would even grab him.
Yeah,
He
saw
would have
that
got
as
it.
prime time bounce back for him. I mean, he played well in the beginning of the tournament, and
Yeah, I guess that's a good sign. All right, should it
then,
be? I like that a lot. Obviously, I like that a lot. That's good stuff. Very tasty. Give me Daniel Berger, top 20.
okay.
He was doing all right last week. He survived and advanced. So he's been playing good golf all year as well. So I like
Yep.
plus 140, top 20. Give me that.
Okay.
Give me that.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I'll do my other top 20 then. We'll round out the T20s. Ben Griffin, auto, auto T20 when he's got a plus in front of it, till proven otherwise. He didn't even play that well on Sunday, didn't play great on Saturday, but Friday and Thursday kept him in a really good position. There's times where I thought he had a chance to win the whole damn thing. But yet, Ben Griffin plus 125 at T20, including ties. Burns and him. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna try to not think too much on this weekend. But I do think those guys will be able to bounce back, have good weekends. So
I like that.
yeah.
Um, I know what everyone or the few want me to do. And for some reason I just can't do it. I will mention him and say I hope he does well. I do like his top 30 at least, but I think after winning a major like the US Open and probably having, I mean, I think it was 4.5 mil, right? He pocketed.
Yeah.
Um, I think doing that, you probably have yourself a good time. I know he has a wife and kids, but I'm sure he still had a grand old time, grand old week, and might not care about this tournament so much. Not saying he's gonna be like unprepared, hungover, but I'm saying he probably is like, fuck, I feel so good right now. Or I could be contradicting myself. He feels so good, he's going to come out swinging. But I think it's more of like, oh, it's just the Travelers. It's almost like a stuck up attitude, almost, you know. Just, oh, Travelers, I just won the Open. When's the Masters?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you show me the Royal Portrush?
Yeah. Not saying he's that type of guy, you know what I mean. But maybe it's like, fuck it, dude, I just won 4 mil. I don't care how I play this weekend. I still feel I'm just riding off that high last week, you know. So I want to mention him. I do like the minus 140 T30, but as I'm gonna stamp this one and I'm gonna put it up there. You already mentioned it. I'm gonna say Scotty Scheffler is winning this weekend. He's due for. He won last year. I know it's not the same course, but or is it? I don't know. I don't think it is. I had it
Traveler.
on Switch.
But it probably is. I think it's the same.
Oh, I didn't know if that was one that switched around. Damn, it's fine.
I think it did change at one point, just because I think some of the sponsors change, like if it times out at one place. I mean, Scotty won last year. He won the Travelers.
That's what I was saying, but I didn't know if it was the same course or not.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So won it here last year, same spot. Even better. But yeah, this is one he just like you said. I mean, he's gonna come out fucking. He just shits on everyone probably. So I like that a lot, and I'm gonna stamp it. I'll say he wins. Give me that plus 280. I hate the odds, but I like the man.
Yeah, I can't even blame you for that one, man. Yeah, yeah, it looks like it's there. Um, for some reason, I guess we're just not. Yeah, we're just not doing stuff, I guess. The fuck is going on now?
Let's just
Yeah,
say it is.
well, it's like I filter the 2024 and then it's like not letting me um go back. So
Isn't it
yeah,
usually the previous win and then like at whatever?
it just doesn't show whether it was the same course, but I'm fairly certain because Keegan Bradley won this tournament a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
Uh and needed it. This was around like the FedEx Cup, I think is what it was. Um and so he needed this one big time, and I think Keegan won this a few years ago, and he's from Connecticut, so that was like a big deal. So I'm fairly certain this is where they hold it each year. So yeah, yeah. I don't hate
Yep,
it.
found it. Yeah, same spot.
Yep. Okay. And what I'll say, Max, is we do love our winner witouts.
Yeah,
Uh, and knowing that it is a winner without Scotty Scheffler, I would highly recommend doing that.
yeah.
If you like Scotty, then obviously bet Scotty. I will probably bet Scotty come Friday or Saturday, depending on how much money I have in my account at that point and how the lake is going and how Scotty's playing. But if he gets down to like plus 150 by the time it's mid Friday, I'm gonna hammer that. Like that's kind of my rule. If by like lunchtime on Friday, if he's like in a good spot and he's like plus 150 or better, I'm gonna play it. Um, but
Yeah.
winner withouts. I do have some other picks, so I'll just winner withouts. I'm not even I don't have anything. Because I kind of just think it's gonna be Scotty and I really don't know what to do after that. So I don't have a good winner without, but just a reminder to the people, you have that option. If there's someone you like and you want to remove Scotty from that, that is a good market to do that. Um, I know you just stamped Scotty for this. I'm gonna put my first round leader stamp on Bobby McIntyre plus 3,500 first round leader.
Cool.
He played very, very well on Sunday, almost got himself a win. I don't hate him for a winner without, but at the same time, I like a first round leader. He'll come out hot on a lot of occasions. So I think that's one. I don't have like a first round top 10 or any of that stuff. It's just first round leader, but I think like a top five or a top 10 still good odds, probably like plus 350 for a top 10 first rounder. Probably would love that. I'll probably play that um, as well. But yeah, anything else you like? Because I got a couple more, but I figured I'd see we'll just keep going back and forth.
Um, Nothing really. I mean, like Patrick Cantley kind of stuck out to me, but we talked about how he's been shite all year. Um, JT didn't look great last week at all, so but he was tempting. Not nothing I would probably throw back out there. No, other than I would like to say that my JJ Spawn minus 140 for T30 is up there.
Oh, right. Yep, you did say that.
But nothing else.
Okay. Well, I got two more and then a third one, maybe just to be a fade god. Um,
Okay.
you want me to start with that one? Let me start with that one, and then I'll give you some good ones after. I wrote this down intentionally because it is a plus money bet, but it's also fading JJ Spawn for the exact reasons you gave it. And a guy who was right on the cusp the last couple weeks. He's put together some good tournaments, and I'm just asking him to beat JJ Spawn, and that's Taylor Pendrith to beat JJ Spawn plus 110. Um, I think it's one of those where I saw plus money against Spawn. It was close enough to where I was like, you know what? I could probably nibble on that. Don't know if I'll end up playing it, but it did jump out to me there. If you are like in the camp of fading JJ Spawn, I'm gonna fade another guy.
No,
And
one sec, dude. I'm not even kidding. Before like we finished up, I was just scrolling like top finish. I was like, I almost said before I gave it to you. I was like Taylor Pendrith top 20 plus 190. I was like, that's crazy.
yeah, no, I like Pendrith. He's a good sneaky little
Oh my
Canadian.
dog top, not because you were going against JJ.
No, that's fair. That's fair. No, I like that because yeah, that helps me with that pick. Then maybe that tips me over to actually playing it, because it's like Pendrith's been playing good. He's been right there.
Come
Spawn,
out of nowhere.
nothing against Spawn.
You need to look at that nationality thing. I bet you
Look,
do.
yeah, Canadians. They're a tough bunch, man.
They are. They're good.
Whether it's golf, hockey, fucking whatever. They actually don't have it on DraftKings right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're waiting for so Corey Connors withdrew uh
Uh,
in the US Open, so I feel like maybe they're waiting to see what's going on with him because I don't even see oh yeah, I don't see so it's weird. I don't see Canadian as a nationality prop that's open, but on rest of the world, Pendrith and Mackenzie Hughes are on it, and Nick Taylor and Hadwin. So I guess Max, what we can probably both agree on is that if there is a top Canadian that pops up here in the next day or two for nationality, we both like Pendrith. And he's probably going to be the favorite, but it's going to be pretty reasonable because he's plus 1,000 for rest of world. Mackenzie Hughes at plus 1,100, Nick Taylor 1,200, and then Adam Hadwin plus 4,500. So everyone's pretty close. So like, I could see it being like 200 to 300 range for Pendrith, Taylor, and Hughes. Like they're all right there, and I think Pendrith is kind of the one to look at. And it might be on a different app. We're just looking at DraftKings right now. So
yep.
I like that.
Little deep.
Uh, Another guy I'm fading who he did have an incredible Sunday, but he's taken a lot of hit on the media from the media, and considering he was the shield for the media when it came to live golf and PGA, he came out with some like kind of like not super concerning, but understandably like I hear you, man. That all makes sense, but I'm probably not going to bet you for a couple weeks. And that's Rory McIlroy. If you couldn't pick up on that before I said his name with the description, that's Rory McIlroy. Dude, man said something along the lines of like, which I get. You accomplish your Mount Everest, right? Like you complete the Grand Slam, you win the Masters that everyone said you couldn't win. You made a shitload of money. You stuck with PGA Tour. You know that whatever unfolds from this, he's gonna get his cut. Like I could see him being like one day like the commissioner of the PGA. Like he's got that kind of like, kind of mentality or like um aura or like just that professional. Like I could totally see him running like being a commissioner, like an important piece in the PGA going forward. Um, However, he kind of said not really focused on anything up until the Open Championship at Royal Portrush. After winning the Masters, completing the Grand Slam, do I understand that? Yeah, man. I can't imagine the amount of relief that he felt. Like, I'm willing to bet you there's a part of him was like, should I just fucking retire? Like, should I just
Right.
be done? Like, I'm so, like, you can tell how much that took out of him and how exhausted with like all the other parts of being a professional golfer that isn't the actual golfing is really like we all talked about it after the live stuff, right? It was like, oh my God, like you can tell it's wearing on him. Like now he's got to the point where you can tell you're just like, all right, like dude, man, is just he's kind of checked out a little bit.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. He just wants to focus on golf now, and he's kind of done with media and stuff, which I mean, I guess if you want to, we do a podcast. So if you want to throw us in that realm, sure, but not even close to that scale. But like, it's one of those things where you're like, you understand why people have to ask him the questions they ask him. You also understand why he hates being asked the questions that people have to ask
Like
him.
from Lynch.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it's just like,
I
it's one
heard
of
of it.
those where you're just like, all right, like here it is. So I don't really like his form other than Sunday, aside from like since the Masters. So at this point, I'm gonna fade him in this. And this guy I'm picking to go over him at plus 130 is a guy who didn't make the cut last week. Is a very good young golfer who needs more wins under his belt, and he's still got stuff to prove and needs to get himself right. That's Ludwig, Old Bear. Plus
Ooh,
130 over Rory in a tournament matchup. I think that's brilliant play. I could see Ludwig doing like a T7, something like that. He might have a chance to win. Just depends on Scotty, but I can like envision a Scotty with like a Ludwig a couple spots down on the TV screen come Sunday. Not saying he's going to win, but he's just got to beat Rory in this matchup at plus 130. I really like that. Um, and then the last thing I'll sprinkle is a guy who's played well last weekend. Was not he might have ended up being the top Australian after Scott kind of poo-pooed round four. But he won 2 weeks ago at the RBC Canadian Open. He's honestly been playing really good golf, and that's Ryan Fox to be the top Australian over Minwoo, Scott, Cam Davis. And there's one other I'm missing, and I'm so sorry I'm disrespecting him. Minwoo Lee.
he said Midland.
I did. Fuck. Adam Scott, Jason Day. Jason Day. Sorry. Adam Scott, Jason Day, Minwoo Lee, Ryan Fox. And Ryan Fox is the fourth best. He's second to last odds at plus 360. I like his odds there. Jason Day, Scott, very steady eddies, very capable of winning those. But honestly, if it's like a coin flip for those two. And so unless I have an urge with Minwoo or Ryan Fox, I really don't touch the Oceania nationality when it comes to that, just because Adam Scott and Jason Day, to me, at this point in time, are the same golfers. Um, they're capable of playing really well until Sunday, and they fall apart because they're older and just I don't know what it is. They've been around for so damn long. I'm surprised they don't like. I thought Adam Scott was really good. I thought he could have won the U.S. Open because I was like, okay, well Burns is going to implode. Spawn is pretty young. I don't know if he's good enough to stick around. And then Hovland, I was like, he could implode too. So as long as Scott stays steady, he's fine. He did not, but that all being said, to say Ryan Fox plus 360 on the top, I'll say.
Nice.
Yeah. So those are my golf picks. Anything left from you or any thoughts on those last couple?
No, I think that's all I got. Panthers just scored.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It is.
Um, okay. All right. Well, that's that. We can't do much about that. I like the Scheffler. I'm probably gonna play Scheffler to be honest with you. I'm just gonna let that
Oh
sit.
yeah.
Try and find like and he's never a first round leader, so it's hard to find a good value for him. You know, come that time. And then matchups are all fucked. Like he's like minus 250 to beat Ben Griffin, and you're just like, all right, well,
Yeah.
Is there anyone he's close with? No. So it is what it is.
Tis what it is.
All right, Max, talk to me about UFC. What's going on this weekend? What do we like?
Nothing too crazy, and usual since we get here pretty early. Got nothing but money lines.
Okay.
You know, we got Kamaru Usman's brother fighting to start off the night, Muhammad. And you know what? He played D end at Penn State.
Really?
He did. And he's not too shabby. I mean, he has two losses. But he went on he beat that junior Justin. He beat Junior Tafa, who's a pretty good, well-known guy. Um, had some good wins, had some decent losses, but he's coming back versus a guy that I forgot, don't want to try to pronounce. So I apologize. Um, where is he from? He's from Egypt. He's 6-0. I want to say this is his debut. He's favored, but Usman was not favored. His brother, Kamaru, was not favored last week, and he won. I think this has got a little back-to-back brother power coming. Give me Usman plus 140 to start off the night, and that will see how it gets your night going watching this. Um, I'm going to double check. It looks like it is going to be his debut. Did someone just score again? Sorry. I'm double checking. No, so he's 2-0 in the well, no, 1-0. One was a no contest. It's 1-0 in the UFC. His opponent, Usman's opponent, Abdul Abdul Abdul.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with. Um, Not to be mean. So I like that plus 140 Usman. Uh, then we're gonna jump up to the. Sorry, Hester. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else. I'm just double checking. Sorry.
What do
Mm,
we think about Vazayev?
no, That's where I was double checking.
Oh, you're just saying on prelims. Sorry.
Um, yeah, and then we'll go to Curtis Blade. I low-key don't know if he can do it. This man is 34. Look at his previous fights. Previous fights, my thing below. He lost to Aspinall. Got manhandled by Aspinall. He beat all media, which is all right. He lost to Pavlovich. He didn't beat Aspinall. Aspinall broke his leg. So this man really hasn't fought like at all. He's 34 years old. He looks pretty fat. He looked fat last time.
So his last fight, sorry, his last fight was the Blades Aspinall one where Aspinall broke his leg.
No, no, sorry. His first fight back from that is he beat Aspinall by Aspinall breaking his leg in 2022, July
Yeah.
2022. Came back. His fight after that was April 2023. Got KO'd by Pavlovich in the first round. Then he came back March 9th of 24, beat Almeida by KO. And then July of 24, lost to Aspinall. But like,
Plus 210 for
he, yeah, I don't think I don't know. And Kunyev, I know Kunyev just beat someone. Sorry. I
based
think,
on what you're saying, plus 210 sounds like a steal.
oh yeah, that's right. He was the Contender Series winner.
Mm.
And he's a beast. He hasn't lost in one, well, also no contest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He hasn't lost in 11 fights. And he's Russian.
He's flashing. I like it. No, I like that. I like the fact that everything you said, and then it's like, well, he hasn't won recently, like in a good matchup.
Right, yeah. Like Almeida was like, here you go.
Well,
But
isn't Almeida like isn't he like 38 or something? Isn't he on the
yeah,
older that was like one of his last fights or something?
yeah. Uh, so that's that. I like that. Yeah. So two underdogs so far. Dude, I don't know about this Fizev one. It's a tough one for, I mean, close odds for a reason because it's a very tough fight. Fizev, we know his big fight against Gaethje. He lost to Gamrot. It's also a great fighter, and then lost to Gaethje again. Well, yeah, he got his rematch against Gaethje, lost decision, got KO'd by Gamrot, and then lost decision again to Gaethje, which that first one was unreal. So the second one was unreal as well. But he's beaten Dos Anjos, he's beaten Marciano. He's got some good fights. He's not a bad fighter. Um, I just don't know, dude. I think this would be one where he'd just come out and win. I don't want to keep doing underdogs. Um, I don't know. This would be one where you'd just be like, yeah, like he's a great fighter, dude. He's like a Marab, Peter Yan,
Yeah.
just like really small, but just fucking a bowling ball, like not bowling ball, but just like a fucking rock. It's unreal. Just
Yeah. He's solid.
yeah, and can pick you up like no matter how much bigger you are than him. Like this guy's 6'3". I think Fizev is literally like I put in because this guy hasn't fought anyone, but I know he's good. He's a good fighter, but Bahamadez.
Oh, that's like Bahamondes or whatever.
Yeah. 6'3" to 5'8". 6'3" to 5'8".
Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting.
Reaches only 4 inches. Um, but yeah, this is about to be Sugar Sean Marab esque. 6'3" is insane fighting at 156. This dude's lanky as fuck.
Dude, how? Like,
Yeah,
I was like a beanpole in high school, and I think I was 6'1", 155.
right. I
Like
don't
I
know how to do it.
like I couldn't have lost any more weight or I would have died.
Right.
He's too oh, wow.
He probably walks around at like 170 though.
Yeah, that's probably I he has to, right? Like,
Yeah. You
yeah,
don't you don't walk yeah, because that's 14 pounds. Yeah. That's probably about right. They cut around that much.
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Good for
Some
that guy.
some like Pereira will cut more. He'll do like 21. And he'll gain 21 pounds from weigh-ins to fighting. It's
That
crazy.
that is crazy too. Okay.
That's don't you can fact check that. But not you, the fans. You don't have to do that right now. So that one's up in the air. I think that could be a nice little decision. I think that would be a nice decision fight.
Okay.
I don't know why it doesn't have it. Oh, that's why. But sorry, I'm just fucking rambling. I'm good trying to. I would try. I was good. I told myself I was gonna make it quick, and then I just kept looking at everything.
Oh, it's a sneaky good card.
It is. Last but not least, and yeah, you get to catch this on ESPN and ESPN Plus. You don't have to pay for it. Jamal fucking Hill, this little fucking goober facing an absolute maniac in Khalil Roundtree. Not a maniac. He's a beast. I love Khalil Roundtree. He is a beast. He did way better against Pereira than Jamal did, and that's pretty much all I can say. And he's not a fucking bitch like Jamal is. Jamal probably kick my well, definitely would kick my ass, but like Jamal's just got that like corny little like corny hard ass. Like I don't know, don't like him. Not like nothing special about him too as a fighter. So I love Khalil. Minus 130 is amazing. I would literally put so much on that if I was financially responsible, or if I was not financially responsible, I would put a bunch on it.
You're just financially able
I don't
to.
know. But yeah, I guess able. But I love minus 130. I will be putting a couple units on it. So I'll just say that. Um, like that a lot, and not much to it. I think he knocks him out probably like round two, maybe even round one. But I like it. Khalil by KO.
Like that. Yeah, if we can get that odds in the next day or two, we'll post that with everything else.
Yeah.
Uh, like that would be good. Or maybe we'll just do like a little Saturday weekend card. Um, yeah, that looks awesome. Okay. Fuck yeah, dude. And where is this fight?
As per, I don't fucking know.
I think it's Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. Baku.
Let's see if we can.
The Baku Crystal Hall. Well, that's
Az-
where Fizev's from. That's right.
Azerbaijan.
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 I don't know if you heard the pronunciation machine, but
Yeah, so that's why I mean, not well, that is why, but that's why we got like a Kazakhstan first timer, some Russian first timers and stuff.
I think Fazaya
No,
is
no,
it.
that's what I said for Zayev is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Beat you to it. Oh, and this new guy. Oh, we got a Muzayev versus a Kyrgyzstan guy. Well, Azerbaijan is Muzayev, and then Orlov. All right, I'm just digging myself a hole. We're done. We're done
You
here.
are.
We got a couple of Azerbaijan guys. Tajikistan. All right, sorry. Turn it off. I got a game to watch.
Yep. Hey, thanks everyone for listening. We got some games to watch. Look at the picks. We'll post them. You know, what you could also do is just fucking listen. All right. Put on
And
your
also oil her.
yeah, oiling and oiling. I just can't take it anymore. Love saying a lot. Yep. So thanks everyone for listening. We got some good travelers picks, some good UFC. Going forward, it's just gonna probably be most likely after this next pod, it's just gonna be golf and UFC. So buckle up, buttercups, because we got that coming up, and then it's just gonna be football from like August on. So a couple months to get through that with us. We might take some vacay on the fourth weekend. We'll see how everything's going. See
Yeah,
when
we say we're
it's
gonna pod, and then we don't. It doesn't
yeah,
work.
yeah, we usually don't. So one of those things where we'll knock it out. We'll figure something out. But if not, just means that you have to send us pics, bitches.
Yeah,
Yeah, send us
like
one. Yeah. You send us. You podcast and then send us the pics.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, we got some winners. We got some good Travelers Championship. And then next weekend, Max, we've got a killer fucking UFC card to talk about. So
Oh
no
yeah.
shortage of stuff to talk about next week, but always a pleasure. Everyone have a good week. Let's hit some winners and let's have ourselves a good weekend. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. Thanks, guys.